Hi guys, and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of a login system with Access database and sound validation. So let me show you guys how this works. So if I click on this form now, it's going to either tell us if the database is connected or not. So let's do that.
Database successfully connected.
Very good. As you can see, we've entered some user details in there. So, and this is the password. We can view that password if you want. Just click on that and close that. Then let's see if the password and login details is right.
Invalid login details.
The system wipe it off. Okay, let's enter Peter Gambino. And we type in Gambino in there. There we go. And we can also check to confirm. That is it. Close that. And let's click on login.
Duplicated login details.
The system actually wiped that out because Gambino's details has been duplicated on the database. Let me show you guys the database. We have Peter Gambino here. We have another Peter Gambino here. Okay, so that is not allowed. So I'm going to minimize that. Now let's enter another invalid details in there, and let's say the details here is there. See that? And let's check.
Invalid login details.
The login details is not there. Now let's try out another login details. Let's go for Paul Oman. There we go, that's Paul Oman.
You have successfully logged in.
There we go. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Basic Development Environment, and we put one of these together. So I'm going to exit out, and now inside Visual Studio 2022, let's click on Create. I'm going to select Visual Studio there, or Visual Basic Windows Forms application.net. Click on next once it's selected there, and I will give that, and I'll just call it VB underscore login underscore MS underscore access. Click on create. My development environment is ready. That's form 1. I might as well go straight into project here. Click on project, and I'm going to add form 2. Okay, that's coming up. That's form 2 in there. Click on add. So I officially have form 1 and 2 in there. So form 1, select form 1, come straight to the properties and change the size to 1386 by 788. Okay, and you see where we have start position. So let's make that centered. Okay, let's repeat exactly the same thing for form 2. Go straight to the properties and 1386 by 788. Start position, get it centered. There we go. Now back in form 1, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go straight into project here, and I will select the name of my project right here. That is it. Click on that, and I want to add the images I intend to use. Go to resources here, click on resources, and come right here. You see where we have the string. Click on that, select images. Now to your right, select add resources, click on add existing file, and I'm going to look for the 2 images that I intend to use. Let's scroll right down here. There we go, 1 and 2, and then enter there. So we have those in there. So I'm going to come straight to my form 1 since I already have that. The next thing I want to do now is I'm going to go back to this project again, and I will select that, and I will click on manage NuGet package. Click on manage NuGet package, and we don't want to come to browse. Inside browse, type in OleDb. There. And I'm going to select this very library in there and get it installed. There we go. And click on OK to accept. And as you can see, it's successfully installed. Look at that. So I can close this now. I don't really need it anymore. Now the next thing we want to do is I also need the sound synthesizer. So I'm going to go back to the project again, click on the project, and I will select add reference, this very one here. Click on add reference, and I'm just going to search for it. I just type in speech. There we go. That is the system.speech in there. Click on that, make sure it's checked, and click on OK. So I have officially added the speech onto the system. Okay, before we go any further, let's just design the interface. So I'm going to go straight to tools, and let's look for panel right there. Just paste that somewhere here, and I'm going to select the properties of that very panel. You see where we have border style. I'm going to make that fixed single. Now go back to my toolbox, add a label, and I'm going to add another. Let's add a text box and buttons. We have a button here. Then we also need a checkbox right there, and that's all. So I'm going to select these three components there and increase the font size to something readable. Let's make that about maybe 28 bold. That's fine. Okay, let's copy this across. I'm just going to select that, hold on to the control and just copy. And I'm going to copy these buttons as well. We have 2 and we have 3 there. Okay, looking good so far. Now let's give each component their variable names. So this one here, that's going to be known as username. So let's go into the name, change that to txt username. I know some of you guys may be advanced programmers, or for those of you who are advanced programmers, you can just skip this part of it. I'm doing it mostly for the beginners. And this is going to be password. Just to give the beginners an opportunity to catch up, and select the text box and change the text box to txt password. And this button is going to be known as btn login. Variable name is going to be login, or the text will be just login. Variable name is btn login. This one is going to be reset, and the variable name will be btn reset. And finally, this one will be exit, btn exit there, and btn exit here. There. Now come to the checkbox. Let's get rid of this. There. Go to the image of the checkbox and let's assign one of the images to it. So the default image will be the close. I close, that is I open. I close. There we go. Now you see this checkbox there? I'm going to get rid of that. So scroll right up, appearance. You see the appearance? Click on appearance and let's change that to button. There we go. That is that done. Now let's give it a name. So I'm going to call it chk show. There we go. Now that that is done, let's double click on the form and import the following libraries. I'm going to import, first of all, go straight to right at the top. You see right on top of the public class form 1, you want to import the following. So let's say import system dot, let's go for data dot OLEDB. Now that is for the database. The next one is going to be import system dot speech dot synthesize. There, so the two libraries are now imported. Now right underneath this public class form 1, I'm going to declare or create some global variables. So the first one, I'm going to call that SAPI, speech application interface. SAPI as let's say that'll be new speech synthesizer. I will also create another one for my connections, but then before I create that of connection, this is one thing we need to do. You see, let's come straight to the server explorer there. Click on the server explorer, that is it right there, and let's select connect to database. Click on that. Now if you are using another type of application, you can always change it, but the one that I'm using is Microsoft Asset, so I'm going to leave that as Microsoft Access Database file. Now click on browse. I will then navigate to wherever I have my database. I think I have it right in here. I might as well copy this very database and place it right inside my application. So I'm going to do that and just navigate to where the database is. So let's look for my application. There we go. That is the database that I intend to use. Make sure it's selected, and you then click on open. Once you click on open, you can always try that out. Just click on test to make sure that it's working, or to make sure it's connected. Let's see, that is it. It is successful. That's okay. Now the next thing you want to do is look at the advanced. Click on the advanced so that we can get the address of the database itself. Select it all and copy it. I'm going to right click and click on copy. Click on OK, and I'm going to click on OK here as well. There we go. So let's go back to my where I was declaring my global variables. So in there I'm going to create as follows. Again, let's say dim con as new connection, OLDB connection. There we go. Now the OLDB connection, I'm going to enter curly braces, parentheses and 2 speech mark. The location that I copied inside the server explorer, I'm going to paste that right in there. Okay, look at that. That is it. Okay, and that is it. Okay, take it from here. Let's see if I zoom out a little bit. You might not be able to see it properly, but that is it. That's how it's meant to look. If I decide to take it to the other line, that means the address will be wrong. So this is how it's meant to be there. Okay, so have a good look at that. Now that is done. Okay, now that that is done, let's use the form load. That's my form load in there, but if you guys don't have your form load, just double click on the form and that will take you straight to the procedural area of the form load. That is it right there. In there, I'm just going to use a try catch So the whole idea is to make sure my variable here, this connection dot open, I want it to open up the database, and I didn't want SAPI to tell us if the database is opened or not. So we're going to say SAPI dot speak async, this one. Alright, then open that up. I'm just going to enter database successfully connected. Right, and underneath here I'm going to enter a message. Let's say message box, just in case if there's any error, dot show, and that will be ex dot message. There. Okay, so let me run this program and see how it's going to work anyway. So run that.
Database successful connected.
There we go. So that should be successfully connected. Let's come back in there and change that to successfully. Oh, Y was missing. There, so it's working anyway. That's good. Let's see again.
Database successfully connected.
Very good. All right, so let's take care of the others. Yeah, before I go any further, I'm going to just copy this. Let's copy all of these and go back in there. Double click on reset, paste that in here. Yep, and I'm going to get rid of this, and in there I'm just going to, let's say, dialog result equals, I'm going to give that a name. I'll call it iReset. There. So iReset will display a message. Oh, this is now C++, C++ or C#. So let's say dim. It's meant to be dim. So let's bring this here. So let's say dim. Okay, that's fine. iReset as dialog result, and the iReset will take in the following arguments. So, undo that. Let's copy it. iReset equals message box. Confirm if you want to reset. So I'm just going to enter the message in here. Confirm if you want to reset. There. And comma. So enter login system. That is my title. And then I'm going to enter another argument that will be message box button dot yes or no. Then let's put this down here. Comma again, I will enter another argument that will be message box icon. Message box icon, there we go. And this icon, let me make that information. There. Now I'll use if statement. If iReset equals dialog results dot yes dot yes. Then we want as follows. We want this happy to say something. Confirm if you want to reset. Grab that, so SAPI will say something and the system will get cleared. Okay, right underneath here we just need to, let's put the message here. Actually, I'm going to put the message right underneath here, and here I'm just going to say txt username dot text equals clear, txt password dot clear. Okay, you can use either of those methods. Okay, so I'm using two different methods so that you know it's possible, and that is reset taken care of. Now let's run it and see how SAPI is going to respond to resets. So run.
Database successfully connected.
Very good. enter some data in there, and there.
Confirm if you want to reset.
Nope.
Confirm if you want to reset.
Yes. There we go. That's fine. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now I'm going to copy all of these. Okay, I've just copied everything on reset. I'm going to take that straight to exit, paste that inside exit. So if you want to change the variable name, you can change that. I'm just going to change that to iReset, iExit. So I'm going to change everything there to exit. iExit, exit, and exit. And instead of confirm if you want to reset, that will be confirm if you want to exit. Confirm if you want to exit. So that is it. We've just taken care of exit. So all we then need to do to exit, we say application dot exit, enter parentheses. So this is the lines of code for exits. Okay, so that's much better. Now you see, let's come in here. When we reset, we want the username to get focused. So let's say username dot focus. So that is my reset. I've just added set focus on that. Now let's try out this exit as well. So that is exit lines of code and reset. So let's run it. Run.
Database successfully connected.
Okay, let's reset.
Confirm if you want to reset.
Yes. There we go. The cursor is focused on the text box. So I'm going to exit.
Confirm if you want to exit.
Yep. There. That is fine. Now let's take care of this so that we're able to hide the password. But first thing first, select the text box of the password, go to the properties. We now want to change, you see the password char, just enter a star in there. That is fine. Now double click on the chk show there. So using try catch, I'm going to say try. So try catch, we actually get any error that I might run into. So I'm going to use an if statement. If chk show dot checked, if that is equals true, then I want the following: txt password dot password char, this very one, that will be equals string dot empty. There, that takes care of that. Now I want my chk show, I want that to show as follows: chk show dot image, and that will be equals my dot resources dot, that will be the open open image. Yeah, there we go. That is that done. Else if, I'm going to grab hold of this and use else if. Else if this is false, this will become dot I close. There we go. That is the image. The name of the image is I close, and this one is I open. I open P and I close P, and that is it. That is all there is to that. So have a good look at it. So we just need a message box in here. Grab this message box and just paste it right in here. There we go. I'm now going to run it. Run.
Database successfully connected.
There we go. Now come in here, just enter some data in there, and in here And let's see what's going to happen with I close. I open, there, I close. So I close should actually convert these to star. So let's see the codes. I haven't entered star in there, that's why. So let's come down in here. There we go. Here I was meant to change that to star. Speech mark, enter star, and that should take care of that. So let's run that again. Save that first, run.
Database successfully connected.
Alright, so enter whatever in there and check that out. Close, open, and close. You see that? Reset.
Confirm if you want to reset.
Yeah. Exit.
Confirm if you want to exit.
Yeah. Okay, let's take care of the login button now. This is the login button. I'm going to double click on that. Okay, inside the login button itself, I'm going to declare two data connectors. One of them is going to be for the command. Now let's use lowercase cmd. Let's say ours, and that is going to be OleDb command. Okay, and then I'm going to declare another one. I'm going to call that dr, data reader. That will be ours, OleDb. We want the one that will be data reader, this very one here. There we go. Then I will also declare, let's say dim checkers as integer. There. Alright, that's fine. Now underneath I'm going to use a try catch again. Okay, let's get the system open, dot open, and I'm also going to close it. I might as well close it underneath here, dot close. There. Alright, looking good. Now the command cmd, that will be equals connect dot create command parenthesis, and create command dot command type, that will be equals command type dot text. So command type dot text. Now cmd command type dot text, that's command text actually. That will be, that is where I'm going to enter my SQL, and just need to say select star, which means all from. My database is called csave. Csave, where username equals single hash, and I'm going to say plus txt password. So that's single quote and double quotes, not hash. And I would then say dot text plus double quote, single quote. Okay. Then I'm going to now say and password, single quote. Let's come out here. Let me just go to the next line here. I'm going to just move this here. Yeah, let's go to the next line. And yeah. Okay, password, that will be equals, it should be an equal sign here, equals plus txt password dot text plus double quote single quote. Right. So what's going to happen in here is the system will actually select whatever we have inside my database. I have a field called user and I also have a field called password, and compare whatever I have in there to that. Now that that is done, we now want dr here to read whatever is in there. So I'm going to say dr data reader, that will be equals command dot execute. So let's say execute reader, execute reader, this very one there. Okay, in that case I'm going to say checker, that will be equal 0. Now let's use do while loop. Do while dr dot read okay, then we say checker will be equals checker plus 1. The first time checker is 0, now we say add 1 to checker. Alright, so have a good look at the lines of code because I'm going to move it up a little bit now. Okay, the next thing now is we now want to use an if statement to check checker itself. So I'm going to come down here. So let's say if checker equals 1, then we want the following. What do we want? We want SAPI to say something. So I'm just going to copy whatever SAPI is in here, or wherever SAPI is. Grab hold of SAPI and bring SAPI right down here. Let SAPI say something. What's SAPI going to say? You have logged in successfully. So let's say you have successfully logged in. Okay, you have successfully logged in. Now I'm going to show form2. So I'll say form2, yeah, it's this2, form2 dot show. If form2 is show, then form1 will be, let's hide form1, me dot hide. That is for form1. There. So that's the very first one. The next one I'm going to use else if. Grab a hold of these. Else if checker is greater than 1, then we want as follows. That means we have a duplicate or duplicated data in there, so we can say duplicate or duplicated login details. Duplicated login details. Enter details here. There. Okay. So with the duplicated login details, we will let's clear the whole system. So I can just grab that inside reset here. Where is it? Grab all of this and bring it down in here. Duplicated login details. Yep, paste that in there. That takes care of that. Else, I'm going to grab all of these. So the other condition is just an ordinary else. Get rid of that. Else, you have invalid login details. Invalid login details. There we go. So that is it, guys. So let's enter a message here. So let's just say message box. dot show ex.message. So the system will generate a message if there's any error. Okay guys, so let's try it out and see how this works. So just look at the lines of codes again, and let's click on run.
Is successfully connected.
Alright, so let's enter some details in there. I'm going to enter Peter's details. The connection was now closed. Okay, that must be on the form. Let's go to the form. Alright, exit out.
Confirm if you want.
I'm going to double click on the form. So let's go straight in there. That's the form here. Okay, I have it open here and yet it's not closed. So I'm going to say connect dot close. There we go. So the form is now closed. Alright. So I'm now going to run the program again. And just before then, let me show you guys that's my database, which you guys should be able to create. That's not difficult creating a database. So those are the details I intend to use. So minimize that. Run.
Database successfully connected.
Okay, so let's enter Peter again. Peter Gambino. Because I have duplicated copy of Peter Gambino, I expect the system to reject that.
Duplicated login details.
That's good. So let's enter invalid login details in there. And let's see, can we see that? Yeah, we can.
Invalid login details.
And now let's enter something meaningful. Tony Anthony. So let's check out Tony Anthony.
You have successfully logged in.
Brilliant. That's very good. Okay, that's fine. So let's do this. Come straight to form 2, and I'm just going to copy something in here, paste it on form 2 so that we know we are the form number 2 itself, and let's just change that to system enabled. There, increase the font size to maybe about 72. Okay, so let's try it out again. Run. For your information, guys, this is
database successfully connected.
This is how to log into.
Successfully connected.
This is how to log into Visual Basic using MS Access. So now let's enter Kerry Jonathan here and make sure that is correct. Yeah, and I'm going to click on login.
You have successfully logged in.
You see that, guys? So that's how you create your own Visual Basic tutorial of how to log into a system using OleDb and voice or speech synchronizer. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. Please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. A lot of benefits for members. And thanks for watching.